Hi, this is Miss Papandrea. Today I'm going to be talking about my lesson about the book, The Story of Ruby Bridges. This is a story about a girl who was one of the first African American children integrated into previously segregated schools in New Orleans. And it's her story about how she persevered and became successful in her studies. First of all, this is a smartboard lesson. I think smartboard lessons are great, keeps the kids involved. They love using technology. They love thinking that they know how to do anything with the smartboard. So it keeps them really engaged. The instructional media I used a voice thread about segregation, and the students were able to comment and on each slide, and they got to relate it back to themselves. I thought that was a great idea because not only can they see what other people are writing and other students are writing, they can also always go back to it if we ever needed to, if they ever wanted to use information for something else. Even when they're not in my class anymore, the website will always be there. I also think it was great that they got to see each other's comments and they can reply to each other's comments, which I think is a great tool because I think someone else's thinking may help you in what you're thinking, that they may be thinking something completely different, and it could really change your outlook or your perspective of something. So I think that's a great tool, VoiceThread. We also made a class website where the kids can comment on blogs, turn in homework. They can do a lot on that website. They do research. They can follow websites. So that is very useful. We use that almost every day. We also made a class Edmundo, which we can post assignments to, post threads to, that they get the notifications for, and their parents also signed up for the email so they can see what we're posting. That's great for this assignment also because it was a multiple day assignment, so when they went home they got to learn about something else we learned, or I would post a link about the Civil Rights Movement or Brown versus Board of Education, and they got to follow that not only with themselves but with their parents, so that was a great tool. The instructional strategies were definitely using the smartboard and direct instruction. It was very straightforward, everything we did. There was directions for everything. It was never like, maybe do this one way or do this another way. It was always very clear. I definitely love the smartboard because it keeps students engaged. If they want to learn, they're going to learn it. But if you want to keep them engaged, you have to have them be constantly doing something, or else they're going to get bored. And if they're bored, it's not that they're not paying attention, it's that they're having a little difficulty paying attention. But if they're really interested and they're really, really captured by the lesson, they are always on task, they always know what they're doing, and they're actually learning something. And I feel like that the information I'm using on the smartboard is stuff that they'll retain because they're interested in learning, they're interested in using the smartboard for it. So I think the smartboard is a great way to keep students involved. My data management plan is through Google Docs. I have about 3 assessments through this whole unit, the whole lesson on the book. 3 different points in time. I just want to make sure they're on track, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're commenting on blogs, they're turning in their homework, they're doing vocab words. I want to keep up with them. I give them a grade. No one really does that bad as long as they're on task, because it's hard to really get it wrong. But I can know through my assessments if they're understanding what we're learning or if I need to help them, which is great. I can also see through Google Docs their progress. I can see whether they're going up, down, where they struggle, where they need help, which is great about Google Docs. And technologies I chose were obviously the smartboard, the computers, the voice threads. I chose YouTube. I did a podcast. What else? And we have class laptops where they can do their research. They can go through our class website to click on different websites about the Ruby Bridges book. There's a Ruby Bridges website with tons of information about Ruby Bridges now, where she is, what she did after she went through that school, and like her personal opinion, which is great because a book is great. The book is phenomenal, but when you read her own words, it's kind of a new perspective. It's like, wow, that really happened. It wasn't just a book. This is a real person. And also on the website, they have pictures of her, so it's like connecting a face to like a story, which I thought was great. And that's a lot of the technology we use. That's pretty much a summary of the lesson. If you have any questions, you can definitely email me if there's anything I left out or just something you're curious about. Have a great day.